Today my dad reminded me I haven't uploaded in a week, which is my normal time for uploading. But it felt a lot shorter. So you know what I've decided? I've decided I'm going to do a big long video. That was my keys. But all of Goosebumps Horrorland. Not Most Wanted, not Slappy World, not the Goosebumps script, not Series of Unfortunate Events. Horrorland. This is, of course, one of the really long books. But yeah, my phone's charging. So I'm going to have to unplug it for a bit so I can grab the books. Oh! Shoot. So you thought your mask fell. I really hope my phone doesn't die in that amount of time. I'm going to grab a big chunk of them. As you can see, or you might be able to see, I have 2 copies of Creep from the Deep. Got Hall of Horrors, Dr. Maniac, Will See You Now, Scream of the Haunted Mask, next to the other Horrorland ones. I think this some might be over here. Not this one. Oh yeah, I just got this one. And Are You Terrified Yet? A little piece broke off. I'm gonna tape that. But yeah. So I'm gonna need to the rest. More than I need, and yeah. Need this one. Yeah. So we're gonna start out with Revenge of the Living Dummy. Awesome cover art. But so yeah, an evil dummy. So Slappy gets caught by this brat kid this girl doesn't like at all. He comes over. He starts being a jerk to her, and Slappy starts being a jerk to her. You know, messing up with old people. And then she realizes it's fake, and she finds some words in his pocket, and he comes to life. So then he chases them to a graveyard, and then accidentally gets killed by a head that sucks your powers out. And then they go to Horrorland, and I forget what happened in Horrorland. Oh yeah, they lose their parents. Forgot. Next one. The one that I have 2 of. Creep from the Deep. Cool cover. Thought it was going to be way different. But this eel monster thingy has nothing to do with the book. So really it's about Billy and Sheena Deep. People from Deep Trouble. Deep Trouble has way too many sequels. No one liked that book. It was not really good. I had freaking mermaids. This isn't the Little Mermaid. This is goddamn Goosebumps. Sorry, you know? You know, sometimes I start swearing because I'm 12. And yeah. Okay. Really like the cover, but it doesn't happen. It's, so Billy and Sheena Deep. So Billy is imagining fighting that thing. And then they go down to the bottom of the sea, and his grandfather gets, grabbed by pirate guys, and they chase him onto the beach. And then they get chased onto the beach. And how'd they end up taking out the pirate guys? Good. Don't they give him back his what did they give him back? What happens? They look like, what happens? Oh yeah, they kill, the bad guy, and his ship sinks and stuff. And then they go into Horrorland and meet the, Molly and Brittany, and they talk to them about how their parents have been missing. And yep. Next is the next one in the series. It's not this one. It's a Monster Blood book. I'm hoping I can find this one. But yeah, we gotta find it. Ooh, my friend calls me Monster. I'm gonna need that one for later. I know I have all of them. Just can't find them right now. I should've got this ready before the video. My thing's losing charge like crazy. Found a Garfield. Sheesh, my room's like a maze. I need to have a spot where all the Goosebumps books go. Who's your mommy? Yeet. You guys probably didn't see that. Say cheese and dice. Found it! Bro, this cover's really messed up. I think I left it outside or something. But yeah. This book's cover's really messed up. It's probably a horror to Goosebumps collectors. So read the book, but this is horrifying to Goosebumps collectors. Look at it, it's in such bad condition. Reminder, this is gonna be part 1. We'll do the second part of Horrorland and part 2. You know, the parts like the Chiller House stories. But pretty much Monster Blood for breakfast, and kid gets Monster Blood. And my annoying friend puts it in his drink, and then he starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And well, I don't really like this one, but then he goes home, and suddenly, magically, 12 hours later, he starts shrinking, and shrinks down, and he realizes it's a 12-hour thing. That's kind of stupid because he didn't really need to do anything to resolve it. And that's why this book is in bad condition. Just joking. Bad condition because I left it out. But yeah. And then the twist ending is he accidentally spilled some stuff on the plant, and he gives it to the jerky guy, and you know, his jerky friend, and his jerky, and it like wraps around a jerky friend and attacks the class. And you know, he's now an evil person. Garbage condition. So yeah, and then they go to Horrorland. What happens? Oh god, what happens? Thank you. They lose Brittany and Molly, and then they find a weird room with mirrors. Yeah. Now we have, luckily we have this one on us. The Scream of the Haunted Mask. Weird looking cover, but yeah. So Carly Beth, which is her back for the last time, because as we know, next mask story is Wanted the Haunted Mask, which is, if only I could reach it. It's over there. Yeah. So yeah. And we're not at the store yet, but so yeah, the mask. So yeah, she keeps not wanting to put on the mask, and she finds ghost horses, and then it turns out the person she's like working with turns out to be a ghost, so she has to put on the mask to escape their evil. And then it turns out the mask is gonna be put on someone every year in the Horrorland section. Shoot. I don't remember what happens. I haven't read these ones in like a year. Oh, shoot. I think they they figured out about Byron, and then they have to try to find Brittany and Molly. And yeah. Yeah. Shoot, my fingers at the screen. But next, Dr. Maniac. See you now. Okay. So this one's weird, because like he creates Dr. Maniac, and then Dr. Maniac tries to destroy him, and so does this guy called Purple Rage, and then it turns out Dr. Maniac's like his brother, and that turns out to be a comic book. He goes to Horrorland, he gets stuck in the wolf area, meets Carly Beth, who were trapped there from the last book, in a part where I forgot to mention. And then he goes to, Remember he like gets trapped in an arcade and he meets Brittany and Molly. Yeah, weird book. Weird twists, kind of annoying twists. And this one had so many sequels, even though I don't think anyone liked that book. Yep. What's the next one? Ooh, what's the next one? I think it's this one. Yep. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a sequel to Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. I think it is. Like a non-canon sequel or something. This girl goes to his uncle's house, and his uncle turns out to be some mad scientist working with mummies and needs people with black hair. And then he ends up getting rid of them, and like he squirts them with water and they melt, which is something that happened later because he squirted the cat with water and they melt. And then they go to Horrorland and they meet the guy from the next book. Matt Daniels, I think is his name. Whatever his name is, like, they call him Monster. It's from My Friends Call Me Monster, and they go on a creepy ride, a coffin ride. And you know, as I said, this is the next book. I really like this one. Cool cover. The cover's absolutely dope, with the dinosaur thing breaking out of the egg. It's like a goddamn, oh, come on. But it looks like a T-Rex. I'm serious. I'll try to stop saying minor swear words in my videos, but. And once again, it's a reminder, don't check out my podcast, because I have free reign in those, and I'm just going to say lots of swear words in those. But yeah, it looks like Jurassic Park. This does happen in the book, unlike most Goosebumps covers. And you can see him, so here's what happens. So this kid, he sneaks to a teacher who he doesn't like, who punished him by making him scoop up garbage, and they stay in his house. And they look, and they realize she's creepy, because she's like sitting on an egg for a really long time. And they're like getting chills by it. Their hands are like, ooh, shaking. And then it turns out that she's a monster, and she's trying to turn people into monsters by feeding them poisoned eggs, and he gets turned into a monster. But then luckily he escapes, and he's half monster. And it turns out that the teacher that he really likes turns out to be the king of the monsters. And he ends up, well, taking him out, the teacher. So yeah, once again, really like this book. Oh, the Horrorland segment. They go into a bat barn and he uses a whistle to get out, and then I think they meet Byron again or something. Yeah, really good ones. Yep. Say cheese and die screaming. This one has a lot of slang in it. Like, if you're gonna read this book, you gotta read this. You're like, totally, like the one girl from Halloween. Mona's always saying totally. So, yeah. And it's like 90s slang. It's not even modern slang. And even though this book was made in like 2009, it's got 90s slang. So, yeah, cool cover. Skeleton in the African safari for some reason. This book does not take place in the African safari. Yep. So these girls, they find the Say Cheese and Die camera. And it's one of the sequels without, his name is Greg Banks or something. And yep. And then he ends up taking pictures and bad stuff's happening, like really horrifying stuff. And then a picture doesn't come true of her, and the camera's magic is reversed. Disney movie stuff. You know, this Disney movie stuff, and with all this slang, totally, this book's not really good. Called a movie. It sounded like a movie reviewing channel. But yeah, so then they go to Horrorland and go into a creepy maze of screams. They meet the guys and Byron, and then they get like stuff growing out of their arms because they try to escape. And yeah. That's where this book cuts off and leads on to the next book. Welcome to Camp Slither. Really love this artwork. And yeah. The story of this one is some kid, he goes to a camp. He's about a creepy snake monster who really frightens the kid and makes him leave, and he gets really scared. And then he hears weird creepy sounds and up the hill, and it turns out to be a room full of mice and really eerie stuff. And we haven't had a camp book in so long, like this original series in 2000 and Horrorland had so many camp books. And after that we don't have any camp books, not a single one. Remember one of the Give Yourself Goosebumps stories had like, one of them had like 7 camp stories in it. Yeah. So yeah, this is the final camp story. Better be good, and it is. Teachers turn out to be snakes, and one of them turns out to be a king snake, and it's on their side, and it takes them out. Wham. I have a lot of books to put away. And then, the ending of this one is some horror takes them out and sends them to Dr. Maniac so that they can be, quote unquote, safe, or not escape. And then, so yeah, Dr. Maniac starts torturing them, doing stupid stuff, and the purple rage comes and tries to choke some kid. So then, next in the series to come next is help, we have strange powers. I'm really bad at English. I guess that like shows them the longer videos like this one. This is my first long video. And yeah. Help, we have strange powers is it's just basically like, you know, like magic story. Like there's these kids at a mall and they make these really annoying kids who are like allergic to everything. And then they get magic powers because they got electrocuted by this lady on the cover called Madame Doom, who I think she showed up in one of the original Goosebumps stories. And then they go to what is it? They go to some sort of oh yeah, they go home and then they go to school and they realize they have weird powers. They realized that morning because they used like magic on stuff and made stuff float and read people's minds. And the girl can read people's minds, and her brother can make stuff float. And don't you think that's that making stuff float is a little bit better than freaking reading someone's mind? Yeah. And then they get trapped by this weirdo who wants to take their powers, but they escape, and then he tracks them down, and it turns out that those people have powers, so they reverse his time, and boom, she's gone. Until Horrorland, where he finds them again, and then they get chased into Dr. Maniac's area and rescue the kids. And the next book happens. I don't have the next book right now with me, but I'm gonna grab it from over here. Love it, everyone. Cool. Five Master Doctor Scream. Horrorland one, where the ghost dog howls. Boom. I'm afraid of bees. Wizard of Oz, Don't Scream. Yeah. By the way, these videos are gonna come out short to each other, so I'm gonna have part 1 of Horrorland, and then part 2 is gonna come out like 20 minutes later. Or, well, I'm gonna start filming it 20 minutes later, so you have a little break time in between to get snacks. 40 minutes of break time. That's plenty time to get snacks. It's plenty time to build a new country. So, it's plenty of time to have dinner. Where is this book? Is that a... I swear I heard a weird sound. Oh no, I can't find the book. Are you serious? Like, I can't find a book? In my video about all Horrorland, I can't find a book. Hey, the graphics. Goosebumps graphics. Don't want that to be lost. Terror trips. My phone's charging. Actually, really charging. Wait, is it in that book pile I have under my desk? Please, God, tell me it is. Horrorland, another one. Please tell me it is. Ghost Beach. Haunted Car. Monster Blood. Please tell me this. Come on. Please be there. Seriously, did I just burp? Seriously, isn't there? Haunted car. So, I can't find it, so I'll just tell you it from memory. Luke and Lizzie, the guys from the OG Horrorland, OG One Day at Horrorland, from classic Goosebumps. Or, well, it's just called the OG series. So, they get sent to Horrorland, and they don't they just get, like, overruled by the other guys and sent to Panic Park? And then they go through some midnight maze, and it has monsters from the other ones. They have to use their powers to get through with them. And I'm skipping some of the stuff from happened in Panic Park because that's just filler. And we're on to the next book. It's like on the streets of Panic Park, and I don't think I have that one with me at the moment. Nah, I don't have it with me at the moment, but I remember it. And so then Byron turns out to be a bad guy, and he's giving them to this guy called Oswald Mance, and they try to escape, and he like does bad stuff to them and shows them that they just need to be scared, so he scares them all around the park. And so the monsters, but then the monsters realize they can just be mean to him or laugh at him, and he'll grow smaller. And then he realizes the laughing's breaking Panic Park, so to escape they have to go on the whirlwind coaster, which is a place they told them not to go. They said they would like break their brains or something. And they end up escaping through the whirlwind coaster, and end up going back home, and their parents are happy, and it turns out that the horror is over. And then the Horrorland kids, they come home and Slappy's in their bag, and you know they're gonna have trouble. So yeah, in the meantime, I'm gonna try to find, some of the Horrorland, other parts of the Horrorland, Little Shop of Hamsters, the Ghost Dog Howls, not this book, Weirdo Halloween, the long one. Now that I think about it, Weirdo Halloween might be, the other section might have 2 videos, 2 shorter videos than this one. This is a pretty long video, Not longer than the podcast. The podcast can be like an hour or so. But yeah, we're gonna try to do the next part. And okay, don't get me wrong, but all the really long books are Halloween books. All of the standalone really long books, not like the collections, not Fretlight Edition, not 30 Tales to Give You, but they're all Halloween books. So bye guys. Sorry for not uploading in a while, even though I was using my normal schedule. That's right, Dad, I'm roasting you in my own video. Hee-haw. Clash Royale joke. You'll get that if you play Clash Royale. This is also the only book that I have 2 copies of right now. I'm not a very good collector, but I'm hoping to get better. Bye.